Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, For Honor Tier Lists HD, coming at you with yet another tier list, and this one is going to be looking at the mask outfits in For Honor, some more cosmetics for you. And I think I'm pretty qualified to do this list because I have both seen and owned the 1994 classic movie, The Mask with Jim Carrey, so I feel like I can tell what's a good mask. Now, I was going to do an execution tier list, and I know a lot of people actually asked for that one in my fashion tier list, but I'm waiting for the next set of executions to come out because they're going to be here in the next couple of weeks, and I didn't want to make that list come out when we get more executions. So when that ever happens, I'll probably drop an execution tier list. Let me know if you want to see more of these because I'm fine doing them. I actually think they're kind of fun, but hopping into this, we're going to do the same type of rating system. That's going to be S to D, D being dog shit and S being super sweet. And when I look at these, the things I look for and what makes a freaking nice mask outfit is obviously number one, the mask itself. If the mask design doesn't look that good, I'm probably going to put it lower on the list. And remember, this list is my opinion. Just throwing that out there. This is by no means factual, but it's just what I think looks cool. And then I would say ornament, but a lot of the ornaments are actually different on the mask outfits per character, so I can't really judge it that way. So basically we're going to be changing that to we're not taking into consideration the ornament that we have on there. So we're basically just going to be looking at the mask design, the effect that you get with the mask, and then kind of the color scheme you get with the mask. I think those are the three things that we should be looking at and then rating them accordingly. So now we're going to hop into D tier, and remember, just another preface, this is my opinion. I know I said it already, but I just have to get that out there just so that no one gets absolutely tilted when I say that a mask that they use looks like shit. You can probably make it look good depending on the loadout and character you're using, but let's just hop into it with D tier. All right, the first outfit we're looking at in the D tier is the Odyssey of Misthios, which is the most recent mask outfit that came out from the Assassin's Creed crossover event that we had. And the main reason when I look at this, I don't really like it. I'm actually, I literally said I'm not taking into account the ornaments on these, but this one, just because it's the same on everybody, doesn't look that great because a plume does not look that amazing on a Wulin, Samurai, or a Viking. And the mask itself is just kind of just like it's almost just like a Centurion mask that kind of like pops down, and I don't think that, or like a Spartan rather, that kind of like pops down, and I don't think it looks nice compared to all the intricate mask outfits that we have with like other stuff on it. Not a big fan of it. The effects are pretty lackluster from the Free Roam and the Idol. The only one that kind of looks decent is the Execution to when the arrows rain down, but overall I don't think that this one is a very, very nice mythic or mask outfit, not mythic outfit. And the fact that it makes like your weapon glow yellow, I don't really like how that looks either. Just kind of looks kind of cheap to me. The next mask outfit that we are looking at is the Heavenly Crane from the Samurai. Now, specifically on this one, the color scheme, it's pretty nice. It's like yellow and black, obviously. You can do a lot of stuff with that. But the mask itself, I think the face just looks terrible. I don't like the edges on it. Look pretty messed up. It looks like a cross between a fucking weird bird and a fish. And I don't like how like large the crane becomes on the mask. It kind of looks a little bit silly in my opinion. And again, the actual effects from like the execution and stuff, I'm not a big fan of it. The sound is kind of cool. It's just basically like you have like a slight like rainbow and then at the start, and then like some feathers pop away. So I think it's a pretty lackluster effect too. So that combined with the fact the mask looks just monk-ass, I'm gonna be putting it in the D tier. Next mask coming from the Knights, it's gonna be Medusa's Favor, and kind of for the same reason as the Heavenly Crane, is the face on this. I understand the face of Medusa isn't supposed to be exactly enticing. You look at it and you turn to stone, but whenever I look at this mask in-game, I just want to turn off my PC. So that's why we're putting it lower. I just hate how it looks, and the snakes kind of look shitty in my opinion. The actual color scheme, it's pretty solid. I like it. It's like green and black. It looks pretty nice on stuff. And the effect is kind of cool. At the start, it's got like little green, like, I don't know, kind of like smoke or like mist going around it. But like the fact that like these weird rocks will grow on stuff when getting executed, not a big fan of. The final mask in the D tier is going to be the Iced Buffalo of the Vikings. And I'm pretty sure this one was the mask that had a lot of issues on it when it first launched. Like it wasn't working correctly. But even if it is working correctly now, it just does not look good. I don't like the design of the mask. It looks, really fake and bad compared to the other masks that came out during the Frostwind event, in my opinion. Of those ones, I think this one definitely lets me down the most when I looked at like the the actual how good the samurais and the knights ones were. Seeing this one is kind of meh. Obviously the color scheme's pretty okay, and we've had so many like ice and snow effects in the game that the mask really had to stand out to me, and this one unfortunately does not. Now moving into the C tier, which is a little bit better, but it's still not that great. We're going to be starting off with the Apollyon's Wolves mask outfit. I like this one a little bit better than the Assassin's Creed outfit because, one, obviously Apollyon is in For Honor games. It's got a little bit of lore behind it. I like the effect a little bit more. It's kind of got this mixture of like fire and smoke. I like the color combination. Pretty cool on that. The mask, again, doesn't look that great unless it's on an actual knight character because Apollyon is a knight. So it doesn't look quite as nice on a Viking and or samurai. It looks a little bit out of place. And again, I know I said I don't really take into account the ornaments, but when the ornament is the same across the board, I will kind of look at it. And the fact that the ornament is just the mask, it's like Apollyon's mask, and then the mask itself pops up on top of that, I think it looks kind of stupid. Just throwing that out there. But the effects and the actual mask design are pretty nice, so that's why I'm putting it a little bit higher here. But the fact that it looks out of place is why it's not going anywhere higher than C. We're going to be looking at the Reigning Inferno mask for the Vikings. Now, if you guys don't know, the Reigning Inferno, every faction, the Vikings, Samurai, and Knights got them. It came out before the Wulin were here. They got this same mask, so like the effect and stuff is all the same, but the mask design itself is different, and they're kind of like used to represent different characters and like the mythology of whatever faction they're a part of. And I simply just think that the Vikings one looks the worst, and you guys might disagree with that, but because of the other ones I think will look a lot better, that's why I'm putting this one a little bit lower. The final mask in the C tier is going to be the Oginus, which is basically like the Poseidon looking one for the Knights. And honestly, the thing that I kind of like the most about this is the embossing that you can get. I think it actually looks really cool on the faceplates of a lot of the Knights. The mask itself is pretty meh. The idol effect over it is just like a kind of a shitty looking tidal pool to an extent, and then it just kind of like explodes and like water goes everywhere. The execution, not a big fan of. It's like a school of fish swims around the person, and then you execute it, they swim away. I don't like it. It's also kind of spoopy whenever it comes into play, and it makes that weird sound of whatever word it says. It scares me a little bit, and I don't like I think the mask design compared to the other ones that came out at the same time doesn't look quite as nice. Now, we're moving into the B tier, which is just the basically okay ones. And let me just preface this by saying you'll probably see a lot of samurai in here. I think the samurais are the kings of having just the average looking mask outfits. So starting off with this, we're going to go with the Kora Madako, which is basically the Gucci octopus one. I think the mask is kind of cool, and I like the water design on this one, like I said, more than the Oginus one. But I don't really like how the little tentacles on it almost looks like it's being controlled by like a puppet. They don't look like they're moving too naturally, so that's why I don't like it too much. The execution effect it's all right. It looks a little bit better than, again, like I said, from the Oginus, but the whole design and stuff, it's just average looking to me. I know it is a fucking Gucci octopus, right? And some of you guys are into the tentacles, some weird shit. You know, I don't judge, but for me, I can't put it much higher than this. Next one we're putting on here, again, with the samurai, is the Benevolent Komainu, which is one that came out with the, I believe, the Huntress Angerboda and then the Malignant Hydra from the Knights and Vikings. And of those three, I think this one is definitely the worst out of those. I do really like the color scheme that you get, as well as like the color of like the effect on the fire, but I think the mask itself doesn't look that great to me. A lot of the other masks were like more animated and looked a little bit nicer, and I think that this one just looks a little bit too basic in my opinion. I like the sound when it comes up, but again, it's just another average mask for me. Next one, again, what do you know? It's a samurai. It's the Kimono Guardian. I think the best part of the Kimono Guardian, like everything, is the color scheme and the effect. I think those look really, really nice. Obviously, the color scheme is really good for defense if you like red, because there's not too many colors that you can have red on defense, so you get a nice little purple, black, and red color scheme. Very nice. The effect is really cool. It has a cool sound. It's got this purple and blue like tint, and it's almost like, you know, you're stealing someone's soul, which that is really cool. The mask face design, not a big fan of. I don't think I just think it kind of looks a little goofy in my personal opinion, and I'm putting mask design as the #1 criterion for this video, so that's why I can't put it really much higher than this, because I think it looks a little silly. The next outfit that we're gonna have in the B tier is actually going to be coming from the Knights. That's going to be the Exquisite Corpse, which again is the Halloween mask, I believe. This is pretty close to the Benevolent Kamainu from the Samurai, just to the fact that it's got like a blue fire effect, and it's just a little bit darker than that one. I just think that the mask it's kind of cool, but again, it kind of looks a little bit misshapen and out of place to me for a little bit. I don't know why. For some reason, I don't like how the mask is designed, the skull, but it does have a really cool effect and a cool color scheme. So it's basically the same reasoning that I gave for the Kimono Guardian, but it's for the Knights version. The final one in the B tier is going to be the Reigning Inferno mask from the Knights, and that is just because on the simple fact that I think that it looks better than the Vikings variant mask, and then I just don't think it looks quite as nice as the Samurai's one. So that's why it's been placed in B. It's better than the C tier one just because it looks a little bit nicer, and obviously the effects are the same as I mentioned, but it's not the best looking one in my opinion. Moving into the A tier, and these ones are actually pretty good. That's what A tier means. And we're going to be starting off with the only unique Wu Lin mask outfit, and that is the Divine Virapaksa, which I think looks pretty sweet actually. I like the color scheme. It's like a red and like a seafoam green. It's a pretty unique one. The mask itself, it's got a very nice intricate design on it. I also like the effect around it, how it's like this like black and red like smoky fire, and I like how the eyes and the gem on the middle of the forehead of the mask itself kind of light up, and I think the effects when used with, emotes or executions looks really nice. So I actually really like the lone mask that the Wu Lin have. The next one that we're going to be looking at is the Malignant Hydra mask for the Knights. Again, I do like the actual embossing that you can get for this as well, and I think that the mask itself looks great. It's got a nice little animation of the dragon almost like opening its mouth and stuff. Looks really cool. It's got this like black smoggy effect to it. I think that looks really nice when you actually use it in an execution as well. I believe it does like a, what's the word I'm trying to think of? It does like a tornado type thing of the actual around the person, and then you kind of hit them through, and it's just kind of dark and looks really nice in my opinion. But the one thing that is making me not put this into like an S tier is the way that the mask is designed. It like comes out from the helmet really far and looks a bit awkward to me. I don't know if you'll see it in this video if you take a look at it, but I'll show a side profile, and the way it pops out so far from the actual helmet just kind of looks bad to me, and that's why I didn't put it higher. But the design of this mask is absolutely incredible. The next one that we're looking at is the Reigning Inferno mask from the Samurai, and like I had mentioned with the other ones, I just think that the mask design on this one is the best, so that's why I've put it the highest. Obviously, we can't look at the color schemes and the effects into any bit of differentiation between the three. Just the mask design itself, and this one just looks fucking sweet. I didn't put it higher because honestly, the fire effects and stuff have been used too much, and I think that it doesn't really put it over the top. It's not like super unique, but the mask itself is really nice. Next one we're looking at in the A tier is going to be the Battle Swine mask outfit for the Vikings. And I think that this one looks really cool. It's got a nice little big sound when it comes up. It kind of reminds me of Deliverance and makes me a little upset. But I think the design of it looks really cool. The little like hook rings that kind of go through the tusk of the swine look really cool. And how it's got this like almost like metal plating on the front of it. And I think it actually looks really good on top of the Vikings' heads when it actually pops out. It looks a little bit more natural in its placement. I really like it, but I'm not putting it into S because, again, the effect that you get with it is almost just like it's kind of more of like a basic fire effect that we've seen a lot in this game, but the mask itself looks really nice. The final mask outfit that is going to be in the A tier is the Farewell Banquet, coming from the Vikings as well, and it's got this nice, I don't remember what the hell this thing is called on the front of the mask. It's got a name for it, but I can't freaking remember. It's almost like a witch doctor type looking thing, but I really like the design of it, how it's kind of got, like the nice little bones to it with the feathers underneath. Looks very nice. Cool green color scheme, and I honestly think that the green isn't used as much in this game with the types of effects. Honestly, I don't even know if the Samurai have a green mask outfit effect, but I think it's underused, and I really like how the eyes glow in the idle animation, and I think the effect looks really nice on this one. Alright, so now we're moving into the S, which is the super sweet tier, And these are the masks that I just think look the best in the game, personally, and that I would definitely rock on a daily basis, depending on the character that I am playing. The first one that we're going to be looking at is the Northern Dragon from the Samurai. I mean, I think that this is easily the Samurai's best mythic, or why do I keep saying fucking mythic? Best mask outfit that they have. The amount of detail in the dragon is insane, and it just looks so good. Just looking at it, the eyes glowing, the breathing, the little ice on there is really, really nice. Obviously, the effects are pretty similar across all the different factions, but the design of this mask alone just looks so good. It's just even higher than, you know, ones before that I've said. I like the mask design. I just think that this is the best one that the Samurais have. Now, keeping the ice theme, we're going to the Tundra Griffin from the Knights, and this is kind of how I said earlier why I put the Iced Buffalo so low, because both the Samurai and the Vikings, and not the Vikings, the Knights ones look so cool that the fact that that one was very underwhelming. That's why I put it so low. But again, similarly to the Northern Dragon, this Griffin looks really, really nice. The amount of detail that's in it looks absolutely incredible. The color schemes are great, and I just love the way it looks. I don't know, maybe I'm a sucker for the ice birds and dragons or something, but again, this is why I'm putting this one in the S. The next one in S tier is the Vikings, and it's the Nidhogg. There's something about this one. It just looks really cool. It's from that same like water one that we had, the like Oginus and then the Koromadako with the Samurai. And I just think this one looks simply better. One, I think the mask design is incredible. It's kind of got like this little seaweed grass growing on the mask, which looks really cool. And then the mask like actually will like breathe out, and you'll see like the water kind of come out of the mouth, which is insane. And I actually think the combination when you use the effect on like executions or emotes for the effect of using both the green and the actual like blue from the water is cool. So it kind of like starts out in this green, and then once the execution actually happens, it turns blue. I think that looks really, really nice, and just the mask outfit alone, like the design of it, made me love this one. Now the final one that we are putting in the S tier is the Huntress Angerboda from the Vikings. And you know I said I'm not ranking these on a scale of like, you know, first place to last place, but this is my favorite mask in the entire game. I absolutely love this one. I love everything about it. The colors are amazing. The mask design itself is incredible. The colors are absolutely phenomenal with this like black, purple, and red. Again, like I said, I really enjoy that. And then the effects on the executions and the emotes are super, super cool. Reminds me a lot of like Hellblade, which was a game that I really love to play. So maybe I'm a little bit biased towards that, but the way it looks, the sounds, everything about this mask I absolutely love, and that's why I'm putting that in the S. I just realized when I say putting this in the S, kind of sounds like putting this in the ass. Don't comment that. I just wanted to make myself be clear that that's not what I am saying. But that is the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagreed with. We can have opinions. You can think something I chose looks like shit, and you can, you know, tell me about it in the comments or whatever. But just know that nobody's wrong in this situation, because it is just our opinions. I'll put the list up on the screen right now, the full tier list, so you guys can take a look and see what I put on there. There's 21 different mask outfits in the game, and I think that I accurately represented them based on my my own likes and dislikes and kind of why I felt that they should be in certain tiers. But if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other tier lists you would like to see, because I won't do them super frequently, but I'll do them from time to time. And like I said, if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. It's been your boy For Honor Tier List HD. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.